Hey there, my fellow rejects. Rabbit here. Today, I want to talk about alternative weapons that you can use for the Flensing Protocol's Advanced Combat Doctrines build that I have. Alright, so if you've been watching my content for a little bit, you know I've been going nuts over the Galvanic rifle. Specifically, not these blessings, but let me pull that up. But specifically for Headhunter, giving it 20% critical chance on weak spot hit until next crit stacks 5 times. And where's the other one? Deadly accurate, plus 60% critical weak spot damage. Alright, so that's what I've been using to get a ton of damage on the weak spots, and even more when it does a critical hit on it. Right, because with this build, remember, it's all about generating high crit chance and high weak point damage. Okay, so let me pull this back up. Alternative weapons that you can use for the Galvanic rifle are going to be the Arc rifle, the Heavy Laspistol, the Phosphor Blast pistol, the Plasma gun, the Quickdraw Stub Revolver, and surprisingly, the Vigilant Autogun. Alright, so I'll tell you right off the bat that the two weakest alternatives are going to be the Vigilant Autogun and the Heavy Laspistol. They just don't deal enough damage, even when they do crit. And these will only really be useful, I believe, on like Damnation. You probably won't do too well when you take these out into Auric and beyond. The damage just isn't there. And with this particular build in mind, you want to use the least amount of shots as possible to put down bigger targets such as the Ogrins, right? Specifically the Crusher. So all these weapons, they can do a little bit of something, but the ones that do a little bit of something worse are those two that I listed off earlier. Alright, however, if you're still having a lot of fun with a Galvanic rifle and you want to try something a little bit different on that weapon, you can use Manstopper and not Headhunter, but let me just pull those back up for you. Where is it? Hello? Yeah, so the first one's Manstopper. That's going to allow you to cleave a little bit better, meaning you can like over penetrate a target. You're not going to really do that all too much with like the dudes that have armor, but like anybody that doesn't have armor, you'll be able to like penetrate at least one target behind. It doesn't always go through, but it'll help with that. Alright. The next one is Opening Salvo. This gives you 20% strength on the first shot and only the first shot. So if you prefer a slower firing style, Opening Salvo Manstopper is a great combination. Okay, so let's just go back and look at the Galvanic rifle itself. We're going to inspect. Why do I love this thing so much? Well, it's because that when we do weak spot hits, this is what we're going to get. It's pretty high. And then when we do a critical, the numbers are still pretty good. And then when we do the critical weak spot damage, it gets even better. Okay. So I think that this weapon still has a lot of potential. It's really good in the hands of someone that can aim really well with this thing. And if you're just a fan of the Garand in general, you should be using this. I have a lot of fun with this weapon. So that's kind of like why I like it. It just deals a lot of damage. All right, and then let's take a look at the damage profile for the arc rifle. All right, so this is what we got. It doesn't do all too much, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. All right, so yeah, I'm not sure. Looking at the numbers here, I mean, I heard that the chart is a little bit inaccurate, but I'm not 100% sure why people say it might be inaccurate about like the actual damage it can deal. But the blessings are going to be Cavalcade, plus 5% critical chance for every 10% magazine spent during continuous fire, stacks 5 times, and Charmed Reload. You reload the magazine from the reserve every time you crit, and that doesn't even have to hit the enemy. So this one, if you have the ammo for it, you can be just firing continuously. And there's a good chance you're going to get crits off anyways because of the flensing protocols on Cavalcade. And you throw this in there, you're going to be dealing tons of crits, right? Alright, so the next one is going to be the heavy Laspistol. I'm specifically going to use the Cantrail. On one of my previous builds, I did use the Acatran. It shot fast, but it was not doing enough damage. Alright, so this is what I got. And yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, sorry, I had a thing just pop in my brain for a second there. Just thinking ahead, but this is what I have for the heavy Laspistol. Concentrated fire, plus 5% critical chance on chained range weak spot hit. Stacks 5 times in Furnace. It's just to give burn stacks every time we crit. Looking at the damage profile, you can see it does jump up a little bit, but it's still it's not quite enough to put things down in a timely manner, especially if like you're in a big horde situation, which typically you are. This isn't gonna put things down all too much, and it consumes a lot of ammo because it requires more shots to put the bigger targets down. Okay, now we're finally going to take a look at the Phosphor Blast Pistol. So I just learned today from looking at a bigger channel by the name of, I think, Auric and 14. So big shout out to them. They actually explained that when this I was about to say Galvanic, but when the Phosphor Blast Pistol hits something, it gives things brittle, and it decreases something called hit mass, meaning that the more that you can decrease their hit mass, the stronger you can penetrate the enemy and hit the thing behind them. And then if you shoot them enough, you can actually cleave through multiple targets. And having something called the Man Stopper Blessing, they say, will give you pretty much infinite cleave. And I saw them stack up uh, Ragers, the one with the armor, like 10, 15 of them, and it penetrated the whole line. And the Crucian Roulette, I'm preferring the use of this one because it fits more in my playstyle where I want to do more of the run and gun. So that's going to just give us more critical chance the more we fire a weapon. Alright. Moving on to the next weapon, the plasma gun. This one I'm going to go with the Mark II. Not a big fan yet of the Mark III, so I'm sticking with this one. Now this one, I'm using the Blessings Gets Hot and Focused Cooling. So Gets Hot will, when the heat gets built up pretty high, we start getting 10% critical hit chance, plus 10% critical damage, stacks 5 times. And this one might be counterproductive to that, but minus 60% heat generation on critical hit. I think this could work out where like it just lets us keep shooting for longer. And eventually we will get like up into like the high heat generation area, and we can really start taking advantage of the crits. But I don't know, there could be better combinations for the blessings, but that's what I want to try. Next on the list, the Quickdraw Stub Revolver. So it's going to be using the Crucian Roulette again, but this time we're actually using the hand cannon. 60% rating on a crit hit. Right, so that just increases your own damage. There are probably better blessings out there, but I think this will fit my particular playstyle a little bit more. Alright, so the last one, what I like to call the airsoft rifle, is the Vigilant Autogun. This one's specifically going to be the Gaia Mark, what's that, 5, 6, 7? Mark 7. That's the single shot variant. This is going to be using the same blessings as my preferred blessings setup for the Galvanic rifle. We've seen this before, Deadly Accurate and Headhunter. I mean, it still won't do as much damage, but this is what we got. This gets a little bit above the baseline damage for the Galvanic rifle. And I just realized I forgot to show the damage profile for the other weapons. So let's just backtrack. This is what we got for the Quickdraw Stub Revolver. So feel free to pause this at any time that you need to read the chart, but this is the kind of damage you can expect. Right, and then for the plasma gun, this is what we got. So again, feel free to pause it at any time you need to fully read. I can't remember if I showed off the Phosphor blast pistol, so here it is right here. It's pretty snappy, easy to use, not that hard to aim with. Okay, well that's it for the weapons stats preview. Now I'm gonna pair these off. So we got 6 total recordings. So, what, 2, 4, 6. So I'm gonna show 3 tests. Gonna put them in a pair so that we can cut down the total runtime of the video. So these will be shown side by side. I'm thinking of pairing the 2 revolvers together. So Phosphor blast pistol. So let me write that down before I forget. So pairing up the Phosphor blast pistol with Quickdraw, Stub, Revolver. So those will be one pair. And then the arc rifle with the plasma gun. And then I'm going to pair the two weakest alternatives together. The heavy Laspistol with the Vigilant Autogun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you parts of the gameplay, and hopefully you find something that you like. Again, these are going to be tested on Damnation. I'm not good enough to be playing Auric and low-level Havocs all the time, so take these with a bit of a grain of salt. And if you do decide to test these out in Auric and Havok, let me know how that goes. I'm actually really interested in knowing how these things can handle in the higher difficulty levels. Alright, well, enjoy the show, and if this is the only thing you're going to watch, I appreciate it if you can help me out by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Change that notification to all, and hopefully it can help you stay up to date with all the crazy videos that I have coming out for the channel. Alrighty, have a good one, rejects.
so you reserves fly, my dear. I've been looking forward to this all day. About time. Get your name interrogated. This is that brother's special You are so terrifying.
supply team just in case. Mission parameters are simple. Get a cipher ident from the Servitor colony, crack security, and get into the vault. Get moving!
The corrupted one will be prepared.
But you're through. Now to find those ciphers. Laggers? Real team would have them already. On floor, that's what my contacts say.
Presence in strike zone. operation. Consider the new outer structure fully operational. We must have that. Duty no longer functional.
All get back together before going
Position ammunition you do not require.
Time to get this side private. Come on, we're none of us getting any younger.
data interrogation. Interrogator not responding. Manual override required. Have some associated
Wow, looks to be in working order. Lovely. I'll be sure to take my place. For the call.
Do not disrupt the flow of data again. The interrogator refuses to work. Recommence.
We've got this side private. Head through the hangars until we reach the vault.
Precision pleases the omnicide.
People like talking to me. More than mere conversation. Oh yeah. That's why you've got to have to really listen to broken bones and fingernails. I need it all black pathways to truth. Teacher Daniel called them. Perhaps you do understand. Station.
I'm done. To enjoy this, I think.
Skills out. My heart to see such vibrant colors.
Archive of cigarettes is far now.
Activating elevated combat protocol.
These stairways were built for maintenance. As you can see, they've been pressed to other feet.
We have observed that you may hear the voice on this side. Ready to destroy.
Up, liability. Duty is not done.
We do not consider fortune to be a factor in causal outcomes. We are certain you to comprehend the The Rager is well.
Data interrogation rate acceptable.
Get a clear shot! You made me all self-conscious.
All systems green. Upgrade restored. Something here for the collection. There are answers in this place, but you will require your force spaces to find them. What are you waiting for? All praise the on the side. Upkeep is restored. Passing through interrogation, the parameters all return to the server's The interrogator refuses to work. Recommence. Cipher identified. Proceed to elevator.
Get the elevator moving and be ready to defend yourself.
Elevator access granted. Present your objective.
Into the elevator. Double time.
For my beloved!
Collect, demand your dead container.
Not fine. You went yourself there, right?
Ammo spent.
Get
Engage
across
the
and watch your
transporter.
step. It's a long way down.
Stick with me. We'll get through this.
Yes, beloved, I have seen that grenade.
It is destroyed.
My tanks!
We do not understand the concern. We are grateful for the clarification.
Data interrogation rate acceptable.
Precision pleases the omnicide. Bring them the enemies of Rabid.
Data stream ceased. You are certain you installed the data interrogator correctly?
They need to cover the
Resistance is welcome. Unblessed one.
Skyfire battery on the roof. Shorting that breakable chain out.
Your power is under.
That's really very kind.
No interruptions. On the
On the other
side
hand, is definitely not.
No way back up.
Transmission can't begin until we get that digitalized. Break out the data indicators.
And the operatives have taken follow.
data stream.
Someone kill that trapper!
Successfully reconnected. Now maintain connection. Data link back online. You are not a complete failure. Well done, I suppose. Data stream. Data link back online. You are not a complete failure. Well done, I suppose.
The Vigilant is down! Of course they come!
I can only imagine you attempted to have some parts of this world, but so that it is now working.
time to come home.
To defend my dream!
Oh, hello. Hey, you're still here. Well, this is my little cubicle. I spend a lot of time in here, but you're probably wondering if I'll talk about a summary of what I thought of each of these 6 weapons, alternatives for the Galvanic rifle in the Advanced Combat Protocols build. Okay, so if we're taking a look, if you have been taking notes about overall performance of each weapon, damage output wise, they all roughly did about the same. Some went a little bit above each other. It was kind of weird to see the Vigilant Autogun get so much raw damage. But everything else, besides that weird outlier, was about the same, plus or minus 100,000 damage. So you can, I think, from what I've experienced, from what you've seen, all of these would do pretty well, except for, like I mentioned at the beginning, the heavy Laspistol and the Vigilant Autogun. I still believe those cannot take you into Auric and allow you to excel. Like the per shot is just not enough to comfortably take down large targets. Whereas everything else has been able to take these larger targets down in a fast amount of time. Or a short amount of time, I should say. That's the better way to put it.
I have petitioned the Forges of Mars
Now,
for additional
the heavy Laspistol and the Vigilant Autogun, I hope you were able to see it.
Encouraging.
They struggled per shot, and it took significantly more ammo to defeat Ogrins, specifically the Crushers. And a lot of the times that you're playing in higher difficulty levels, I feel that there's going to be less ammo to go around, and you're going to be able to pick up a little less, I think. And if you're playing in a match where there's another ranged centric build, well, you're going to have less ammo because you're going to have to share. And I think that's the downfall of these two weapons, damage and ammo capacity.
Now hear this. Gunnery
But
drills
everything
will
else,
recommence
I'm
at
pretty
1700
sure
ship's
could
time.
be okay. Now, the other two things that kind of surprised me when I was running these little tests were the arc rifle and the plasma gun. Now, the arc rifle, which I'm going to turn into another build, which I might post before this one on the channel, is I found out that you can actually do a near infinite shooting style with this weapon. So those blessings that I chose for the arc rifle, you can consistently get the crits off. You're gonna never need to really reload the weapon at all, which is really nice. So you can really run and gun with this thing and open up enemies so that the other team members can put the targets down quick and relatively danger free because like everything's gonna get shocked, right? Now the plasma gun, on the other hand, I was actually kind of surprised at how well those two blessings interact with each other. I thought they were gonna kind of conflict with each other, but reviewing the footage, it didn't feel like it really conflicted with each other at all. Like, you'll still build up the heat on the plasma gun, you'll get the high crits, and then once you get to the higher
Why
heat
do you ask
levels,
questions to which you already know
that
the
other
answer?
blessing where the heat dissipation, the minus 60% thing, that's going to allow you to keep shooting at higher heat with higher crit rates for a little bit longer before you need to vent the heat or just reload it to vent the heat that way. And everybody knows the plasma gun hits pretty damn hard, at least the Mark II does. I'm still not really convinced about the Mark III. I have to play around with that a little bit more before I can come to a decision about how I truly feel about it. But the Phosphor blast pistol was a blast to use. That thing can pretty much take down an Ogren in, if I remember correctly, about six shots, 5-6 shots, depending on how many crits go in and brittleness and that interacting with everyone else damaging it. Yeah, overall, I did have a lot of fun with each of these weapons, trying to figure out which ones were good, which ones were okay, which ones were just kind of lackluster. And the only thing I haven't really touched on is the Quickdraw Stub Revolver. I think that one did okay. I mean, looking at my notes here, 612,000 raw damage, 51,000 damage to bosses. I mean, I think it did pretty good. I'd say anything that can get close to 500 like raw damage and over will be pretty decent. And well, this thing did its job. It took down Ogrins relatively easily, and I didn't have an issue with it. It was good. I can't really say too much more of it, but if you were to only choose like one weapon from this roster that you want to max the stats out on first, I'd say probably the Phosphor Blast Pistol because it has a lot of potential for the infinite cleave, especially if you're in a hallway and there's just like a bunch of enemies in a straight line. If you can get the shots off, it'll be able to penetrate everything. You can like rack up a ton of kills, right? And it's also a pretty good general purpose weapon, so it'll be pretty good outside of this build as well. So I think general use wise, if we're putting our mind in that kind of frame, that'd be the best thing to start leveling up first. Like leveling up and trying to find a perfect role for crafting. After that, I'd say next best one would probably be the arc rifle because that would synergize pretty well with the voltaic emitter and power overload stuff on the talent tree. And yeah, I think that would be the second one. The third one would be the plasma gun. That's gonna be kind of like another general purpose weapon that you can use. You can replace the heat dissipation blessing with the one that gives brittleness stacks. The brittleness is a thing where every stack it'll make the target take more damage from all sources, not just from you. So general purpose that would be good, but it doesn't have a lot of like synergy with any of the keystones and abilities for the Skatari.
Sergeant Major, I really
I
must
just don't think
insist your
there's a
charges take better
particular
care of their
like
weapons.
strategy besides
What's the relic
maybe
without a bit of wear and tear? Shows it's been well used.
just using it in maybe something that's paired like flancing protocols, get the high crits, because that'll stack well with the ones that with the blessings we've chosen in this test run. But nothing really pairs off with this. There's like no talent node that will benefit off of this besides like, you know, brittleness and crits, right? But that's like top 3. And yeah, let me know if you liked any of these, if you had any questions. What are your thoughts on this? Did you have a favorite weapon after you watched this whole thing? I know it's a long video, and most of you probably wouldn't get this far watching it because it's a really long video. But if you did, let me know what your thoughts are, and if you take into Havok 40, really interested to know how that actually does in the highest difficulty level of the game. But yeah, thanks for your time. Thank you if you actually made it to the end of the video. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. I appreciate your time. Alright, I gotta go. Like, comment, and subscribe.